When I wrote the first edition of The Next Level back in 2004 and 2005, I never imagined that I'd be sitting down one day 13 years later to write the introduction to the book's third edition. And yet, here I am, and here we are. A lot has changed during the past decade or so, but some key truths remain the same. The biggest of those truths is that one of the great challenges of life is to pick up new behaviors and mindsets when things change and, even more challenging, let go of the behaviors and mindsets that once worked for you but no longer serve you in the new and bigger situation. Through my speaking, coaching, and executive education engagements during the past 14 years, I've had a lot of opportunities to conduct real-world research on that picking up and letting go dynamic. I've asked thousands of executives to tell me which is harder, picking up or letting go, and literally 98% of them tell me that letting go is the harder of the two. Why is that? If you stop and think about it, you probably can come up with the answer, but let me share the conclusion I've come to. Picking up new skills and behaviors is typically a cognitive challenge. It's about learning how to do something new. Most of the people I work with, and most executive leaders in general, are pretty good or even great at this. They're usually intelligent people and have a lot of skill and experience in learning new things. Letting go, on the other hand, is primarily an emotional challenge. When I ask my executive clients and audiences what makes letting go so hard, they answer with reasons like, I don't really trust anyone on my team to do it correctly. I'm not comfortable turning big things over to other people. I get anxious when I'm not directly involved in the things that matter most. I'm afraid that they'll think they don't need me anymore. What those statements and hundreds of others like them that I've heard share is a root cause emotion. That core emotion is fear. Most people are fearful of letting go because they don't know what's coming next or what's expected of them in the new next level situation. One of the biggest things I'm trying to do with this book is mitigate any fear you have about being successful at the next level. One of the best antidotes to fear is knowledge. That's what this book offers: simple, practical, and immediately applicable knowledge that you can rely on as you move into next level situations. And since I've brought it up, let's talk about what I mean by a next level situation. When I was first working on this book back in 2004 and 2005, I had a single definition of the next level. In my mind, it meant that someone was promoted into an executive level position for the first time in their career. That's still a critically important event in many people's careers, and it's one that this book definitely addresses. As you read through the rest of the book, you'll see that most of the examples and stories I share deal with that first-time transition to the executive level,